Alrighty guys, we're into game 6, the second to last game of the Call to Arms tournament. This time it's Circle against Legion, and there'll be several problems for me this game. Number one, this is my first game ever against Legion. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to round up a practice game in Auckland against anybody that played Legion. The one guy who plays Legion the best unfortunately keeps dodging me for a game. I mean, I don't really mean dodging me in the sense that he doesn't want to play me, but he just doesn't have enough time. So unfortunately I wasn't really able to get up to speed on how Legion actually work on paper. I mean, in practice rather. I know how they work on paper from reading about them, but this would be a bit of an eye-opener. Now, number two, this table, as you can see, is actually not the best for me, because right in the middle is this massive forest. And the real serious problem about the forest is not the fact that I can't move through it, because I can get Pathfinder on most of my stuff. But his guys have eyeless sight, so he can just stand in the middle of the forest, back 3 inches from the edge where I can't see him. Therefore, I won't be able to charge against his guys, and he'll be able to charge me or shoot at me as he wants to. And in order for me to stay in the game, I actually have to stay up next to this objective. Since we're playing a scenario where there are 2 control areas, one on each side of the radial deployment scenario, and there are 2 flags on the left and right. I can't remember the name of the scenario, but to achieve this, I have to move over to his side and capture his control zone and keep a unit in base-to-base with a flag on my right, and he has to do the same. So I can't exactly run away, and I have to leave my guys in the vicinity of that forest, so he's easily going to be able to come across to me. He's got Saeryn, which is one of the best Legion casters, and Saeryn has some really nice ways of really putting the hurt on you, and her feat obviously very, very powerful. Next image, a bit of a closer look at his deployment. He's just slammed all of the beasts in the center, and he's got the legionnaires on the right hand side, just spreading out in a big line because he knows he's going to be running straight for me straight away. But if you check the video description, you'll see a list of what he's got in his army. Again, I'm not entirely sure how all the synergies for it work. I guess we'll be finding out shortly, but Saeryn obviously has some really, really good spells. One of her better spells is great against infantry. I don't have any of that, but she's got plenty of other good options in terms of buffing her war beasts and helping them win against mine. One thing I'll be most scared of course, is the Angelius with the armor-piercing attacks. Going to be great for ripping through my heavy war beasts, so that's just going to be another nail in the coffin, really. So next image, I've moved up and just hung around in front of the objective, but he has run everything. And as you can see here, there's no way for me to actually charge his Angelius in the forest because I can't see them. Doesn't really matter what sort of threat range I've got there. I just won't really be able to move normally 6 inches and strike because he's just too far away. To make matters worse, he's got the legionaires split out over there, and to kill them all, I'm going to have to come in range of his Scythean, which is going to devastate me in close combat, so that's going to be quite a problem indeed. On the left, he's got his little group of, I forget what the name of these guys are, but it's a little sort of character unit of 3 guys, which will be heading over towards the flag, so that he'll even be able to contest the objective on my side and score a control point. Next image, what I've decided to do here in response to what he's done is just move my guys back a little bit, hopefully staying out of charge range of some of his stuff. But again, there's not much I can do except wait for him to come as far forward as he can to score the control point and then possibly counterattack him. But he has got his feet up his sleeve, and halfway through this game, I'd pretty much forgotten about his feet. I was just too busy worrying about all the other stuff that he could pull. And of course, the feet being the most powerful aspect of what he can pull off against my army, because his feet stops me from engaging him in melee, and I've really only got 1 ranged attack from the pureblood, which isn't really going to cut it against his entire army. So next photo, moving up and attacking what I can, getting a few kills on the Legionnaires with Laris and the Gnarlhorn. Gnarlhorn has, I think, an animus on them at this point, but nothing special, and he'll be my best bet against these guys because he's got high armor, but of course I'm expecting the Angelius to come over and give him a really good ripping into with the armor-piercing attack, of course. Next image, here's what he does, is he of course moves out with everything he can. He did a lot of running here, but of course this is when he pops his feet, so I really have no option at this point. If I run my guys away, he'll just be able to run after me and attack, either or just score the control point and win. And if I move up to engage him, well, I'm just going to take an Alpha Strike worth of stuff. It's also going to make my own feat redundant because I have to wait a turn before I can even attack, and then if I pull back at that stage, he just moves on to the objective and wins. So eKaya might not have been the best choice here, but even if I'd gone Chromac, I mean, what difference would it have made? I would have had the Wolf Riders, I guess. In hindsight, probably the Wolf Riders would have been better because I would have been able to use their ranged attacks during the shooting. I was almost going to say shooting phase, going back to Warhammer Fantasy, but talking about their activation during Saeryn's feat to actually take down one of the Animus. Sorry, not the Animus. The whatchamacallit, the Angelius, but. You know, realistically, they're not going to take the Angelius down with just the javelins. They would have needed to get there in combat to do it as well. So even with Chromac, I think I would have been pretty much screwed over due to the matchup. And the forest, of course. Next photo, this is my response. I just move all the beasts in that can. I think I tried a spray with a pureblood, not successful there, and everything else, just getting into melee range. I've decided just to take it in the face, hope that he gets really bad luck with the dice rolls, and possibly set up an assassination run on Saeryn if he does anything dumb. But, yeah... A bit of a learning experience, this one. Not much I can really pull out of the bag. I think coming into future tournaments, I'll have my lists written up a little bit better, so I have at least one choice which is better against Legion, or Saeryn in particular. And I just hope to God that I don't play on a table where there's a forest right in the middle of it, especially a very large forest like that one, given the scenario. So just a bit of bad luck. Next photo, though, what inevitably ends up happening is my opponent, although he's got the game tied up, makes a mistake and leaves Saeryn at the back of the forest with no fury on her because he got a bit greedy killing my warbeasts. And what I did is I killed the legionaires in front of Laris with the Gorax using Primal. Then Laris moved around and ran up his full 14 inches right into the forest, and of course Kaya can then cast the spell that teleports her to Laris, or the Animus that is, leaving her with 4 fury points. So, aha, we say, although the Circle have pretty much lost the game in terms of military advantage with attrition, all the warbeasts dying to the Angelius and the Scythean, this assassination run here with Kaya. Bear in mind, though, that Saeryn has very high defense and something like 15 damage boxes. Can't quite remember how much it is, but I've got to get quite a lot of damage done here. But with 4 Fury, it means I can boost hit, boost damage, and then buy an attack, boost hit on 2d6. You know, odds are I might actually be able to make it. I think it's less than 50-50, but with a decent roll, you know, I could actually snatch back victory from the jaws of defeat. Tell you what happened, though. I used my first attack, boosted it, and it hit. And then, knowing that I'm at dice -3, I decided to boost damage as well. And roll the 3 dice, knowing it's dice -3. Wouldn't believe what I roll. Triple 1. So, ironically, that means that because it's dice -3, I do absolutely no damage with my boosted attack. And of course, with just 2 Fury left, I don't have any hope of killing her. I try to boost hit the second attack and go for it anyway, just in case, but that fails, and I'm left sitting like a duck in the middle of a forest for Saeryn to attack me back. And mercifully, the game instantly ended because he scored his second control point and I lost. But there you go, guys. Go into the next photo, just showing you the game situation as it ended up. All of my warbeasts are dead apart from the Stalker, who's badly hurt, and the Gorax. The Druid Wild is next. Kaya can keep attacking Saeryn if she survives, but it doesn't really matter because the game ends due to the scenario. But anyway, got a bit of a beat down this game. These things kind of happen. I had a lot of things working against me. First game against Legion, bad terrain layout, and bad luck on the assassination run, which may have actually turned it around for me, but that's life. You know, just looking forward going into Game 7. Hopefully it's a better one, but picked up a few, you know, learning experiences through this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it.